the incumbent, Linda Witt, and the challenger, Bill Aleo. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Before we go any further, could we please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tonight's debate is sponsored by the Times-Herald through the hospitality of the Olean City School District. My name is Patrick Vecchio. I teach in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at St. Bonaventure, and I will be the moderator tonight. The order in which the candidates will give opening and closing remarks has been determined by a coin flip. Mr. Aleo will be giving the first opening remarks. After opening remarks from both candidates, which will last about 5 minutes, I will begin asking the candidates questions that were supplied by Chris Michelle, who covers city politics for the Times-Herald, and questions supplied by Jim Ekstrom, the Times-Herald's editor. I will ask the questions in alternating order. The candidates will have up to 2 minutes to answer the questions. The second candidate will then have 2 minutes to respond. The first candidate will get an additional 2 minutes, and the second candidate will get 2 more minutes, and then we'll move on, unless they have tapped into a topic that seems to call for further debate or further discussion, in which case we'll keep the discussion rolling. Mr. Ekstrom has also given me the latitude to ask follow-up questions if I think a certain topic deserves further exploration. I was a daily newspaper journalist for 22 years and have a pretty good idea of how that works, the follow-up questions. It's worth noting that suggested questions from Olean Times-Herald readers will be asked tonight. Sam Ekstrom will be our timekeeper tonight, and he's going to hold up signs indicating to each candidate how much time he or she has left while speaking. Sam, can you see that? Can we see a sign? Thank you. After we've gone through tonight's questions, we'll take a 10-minute break to allow the candidates and the rest of us to collect our thoughts. The evening will conclude with closing remarks of up to 5 minutes from each candidate. Our audience tonight, thank you, includes supporters of both candidates as well as people who are undecided and are here to learn more about the candidates. And I know all of you will behave respectfully toward both candidates as they speak and after they're finished speaking. Our program begins now with an opening statement from Mr. Aleo.
Thank you, Pat. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Thank you, Pat. First off, I'd like to thank the Olean Times-Herald for setting up this debate and fielding the questions. I'd like to thank all of you who are in attendance. It means a lot for the public to come out and pay attention or to hear the views of each candidate. I'd like to thank Linda Witt for the opportunity to debate. I've been in Olean all my life. I was born and raised here. Born on North 8th Street, down by Clark Brothers at the time, Weber Major Industries. I attended St. John's School, and then I went on to Olean High School. I had a career, 32 years with the Olean Police Department, and the last 16 years of that career, I was a juvenile officer. So I've married my best friend and the love of my life. I have 3 children, 11 grandchildren. Number 11 is sitting down here. She came to hear Papa. And I truly led a blessed life. So, what more could I ask for? Being the mayor of this wonderful city would be the final touch to my career. And I'm hoping to get your support in doing that. Why am I running? Okay. I think Linda Witt and the Common Council have done some things right in her first term. David Carucci pulled the city of Olean back from the edge of financial abyss and started the city on the road to financial stability. Linda Witt, for the most part, has kept the city on course. Under her administration, they have finished the East State Street project. The Bartlett House has been painted. They continue to work on Bradner Stadium renovations, and there are other things that I'll give her credit for, but I'm sure she'll want to tell you all about that. It's not Linda Witt's first term that I have a real problem with, but there are some things that she has done over the past 4 years that have hurt this city. There have been instances where Linda's politics have triumphed the welfare of the city and its citizens. The town of Limestone rented office space to Shell Oil Company and has sold its old municipal building to a Texas natural gas company. It also has made tens of thousands of dollars selling water to the Triana Energy. Under Linda Witt, Olean has failed to approach and has actually rebuffed offers to benefit in any way the natural gas boom that takes place 15 miles south of here in Pennsylvania. Our empty buildings sit empty. Limestone's empty buildings are being sold or rented. Our water gushes out of the cracks in our water pipes and disappears into the grounds. 337 million gallons each year disappear. Limestone's water earns the town thousands and thousands of dollars. The mayor of Olean is responsible to Olean, its citizens, and Olean's fiscal stability and future. Looming in the immediate future are the sewer plant issues, the continuing massive loss of treated water, and we are still dealing with leaks at the water treatment plant. Infrastructure throughout the city, throughout city streets, is in dire need. City streets are in need of repairs. Loss of business, jobs, also employees' morale issues. My plan is we have to become business friendly. We have to become developer friendly. We have to see our city ordinances are up to date and business friendly to encourage development and not discourage it. We have to make Olean the shining star it once was. Let's get the pride back that we once had. We have to clean up our neighborhoods through being proactive. We have to stop talking about cleaning up our neighborhoods and put into place an action plan which will involve the judicial system, code enforcement, the fire department, the police department, the landlords, and we have to enact laws that will work towards this. We have to stop blaming others and just get it done. We have to encourage our workforce and not criticize them. We have to look to our workforce to help with overall long-term planning. We have to tell our workforce what the results should be and then step back and watch the ingenuity they come up with. One of the things I learned being a legislator at Little Valley in the county was that I guess I'm almost out of time, but quickly, I learned a lesson down there when we put the law in effect for secondhand items. I learned that we did not include those businesses in the talks. And one of the things we have to do here with our landlord situation and with our housing situation is include those landlords in these talks. Thank you.
Your opening remarks, please.
I'd like to start by welcoming everybody tonight. I'd like to thank the Olean School District for hosting tonight's debate, the Olean Times-Herald for sponsoring, and Mr. Beckfield for being our moderator. I'd also like to thank Mr. Alio for agreeing to join me in these discussions tonight, facing the issues that face our community. I am glad to be here to debate these issues and to share information with the public. It has been my honor to serve Olean for the past 4 years as your mayor, and my pleasure to be the first woman elected to this post. I came to this position having served 2 years in the county council, 6 years in the county legislature. For most of my time in the county, I was in leadership position, and the last 2 years, the minority leader. Before that, I worked as a nurse for 35 years and a Lamaze instructor. I am proud of what my administration has accomplished, and I want to make clear that the city government works best as a team. My administrative team, my city workers, and my common council members have played an important part in our progress. We oversee an annual budget of about $24 million a year. For the first time, we have put in place a 5-year capital plan. That's never been done before. To obtain any goal, you have to have a plan, and we've learned that. I want to share with you the problems we have faced, the progress we have made, and the opportunities that I look forward to pursuing. My first responsibility as mayor is fiscal responsibility. Over the past 4 years, we have paid off $10 million of debt. We have paid New York State close to $2 million of the $3.3 million we had borrowed through deficit financing. And I believe being a deficit financing has been good for the city. It has given us 2 independent audits every year. We have refinanced 2 different bond debts, and this, of course, has saved $1.3 million for our taxpayers. We have, at the same time, increased our surplus, and our performance has led to an improvement in our bond rating to A1. At the same time, we have reduced property taxes for the past 2 years. We have brought increased revenue to the city in various ways. We have been approved for over $10 million worth of grants. The growth of businesses in Olean has brought new jobs and increased the sales tax revenue. Improved city facilities such as our airport and our recreation center have also brought in revenue. The job of mayor is not just to be fiscally responsible, but to also improve the quality of our citizens, quality of life for our citizens, and to bring new opportunities to Olean. During the past 4 years, we have repaired or totally remade over 100 streets. Some of the main projects have been the underpass on Buffalo Street, Main Street, East State Street, Brookview, and then next year we're looking to either do Prospect or York, and we've already started the engineering. We are renovating Bradner Stadium. We have replaced 4 playgrounds. We've worked to bring new businesses and more jobs to Olean. I'm especially proud of the close to $3 million East State Street project, which through grant monies from the Empire State and the state DOT, plus using surplus from the general water and sewer lines to pay for that project without borrowing a dime. Among the business owners and the expansions, we welcomed Solo Epoxy, Napoleon Engineering, Scott Rotary, and Olean General's new surgical center, and numerous downtown retail businesses. Many challenges and opportunities remain for us in the next 4 years. The North Union Street project can rejuvenate downtown Olean and make our city a destination point once again for people in business, while upgrading water, sewer infrastructure and replacing streetlights and sidewalks. We need to develop the manufactured Hanover building, and we will be taking down 1 or 2 buildings that lay behind the Manny this year. I will push forward on phase 2 of our brownfields development, increase the accountability of landlords and tenants, and promote more shared services with the county and neighboring communities. We've been transparent, invited the public into the mayor's office, and the mayor's bi-weekly web newsletter keeps the community informed. I believe I have shown, and I can work across party lines with the common council to provide the responsible, practical, forward-thinking leadership that Olean needs. People tell me Olean has never looked so good. I believe we can even make it look better and bring back the pride to our community. Thank you.